Hey guys, this is Matty Ice here. How you guys doing today? Last time we went over round one of the 2018 Philadelphia Open. Today, I'm going to show you guys my round two 2018 Philadelphia Open game. So, we had a similar taste to round one where my opponent was like this time he was only 4 minutes late, not like my opponent being 20 minutes late. So, we had similar action like round one, but let's get to the action now. E4, D6, so he's going to play a counterattack opening here. That's when he plays D6, counterattack opening. So I take control of the center with pawns. And then knight to F3. So this is the Pirc Defense, folks. This is called the Pirc Defense, a counterattack opening. I play knight to C6, defending the pawn. And then he played the pawn there, and then I played bishop to G5. Bam! This is called the Byrne Variation. In this round, my opponent got burnt in this variation, man. Like, that was a nice win, nice second round win, and let's keep it going now. So he played bishop G4, G7, and then in the Byrne variation, E5 is the main move. Bam! Like, threatening to take that knight, threatening position. Like, if he takes the pawn, I take back, we would exchange queens and stuff, but he played defensive. That's fine, And I felt comfortable with this variation because I studied it a lot online, and I was practicing it online on 5-minute blitz chess, And I did knight to D5 there, but the best move here, the best book move here was F4. But, that's all right. Like, I felt comfortable. Like, I was putting pressure on him. He was losing a lot of clock thinking about how to react to this, So he reacted F6. Okay, so I took the pawn, kept developing my pieces. And then I played defense. Go to B3 there. And then he thought he could like maybe take my bishop when he did queen to A5. Check. Bam. Like, but I had one defensive move. It was just a good defensive move. Bishop to D2. Counterattacking the queen. Then, like, basically, like, he's trying to put pressure on this D pawn. I just keep developing, like he did a couple wasted moves with his queen. D5, like stopping the path of my bishop. I keep developing, and then he went all the way to G5, try to pin my knight. But that's another wasted move because of bam, H3, buddy. Like, yes. It was like, I felt very comfortable, like a strong boss, like, And that's what bosses have to be. Very comfortable, very emotionally smart, emotionally intelligent like I am. And so, I kicked him out. The bishop went to F5, another wasted move by my opponent, but we kept playing it out. I castled. He went queen to C7, trying to threaten the diagonal there. Understandably so. Like, I kept developing, get my rook to E1. He castled. I had a beautiful post for my knight on E5. The pawn defending it, my rook defending it. I was hoping to trade his bishop for my knight because a bishop for knight trade is not as good, especially in the endgame where the board will be wide open, where those long-range attackers like the bishop are stronger than the short-range attackers like the knight. Even though they have the same point strength, 3 points apiece. But anyhow, so he started developing again, like knight to D7. I decided not to trade off. I decided to like defend that knight a little bit. I was thinking to get that this little variation, like double attack the queen and the rook. It would have been nice. And then he did bishop to E4. And I missed this in the games, guys, like because, we were both in time pressure, 30 minutes, you know, we cannot think of all the variations. No excuses, but, you know, the thing is, he had his pawn pinned there, so if I took here with the rook, he cannot take it back, and that was a mistake that he did on his part, and I missed it in the game, you know, like he had more time pressure than I did, you know. I just trying to make solid moves, but here's what I did. Bam. And then he brought his queen here, and then bam, like I saw at this point my opponent was psychologically beating himself up a little bit, you know. He was like not doing well mentally, but he had a positional advantage. He had about a 1 point positional advantage than I did here. I didn't realize during the game because it felt like my pieces were more spatially active than his. Like I was gaining space while he was like I felt like I was squeezing him more than him. But you know, I made some mistakes, positional errors, and you know, but my opponent looked like he was psychologically beat, you know, but we kept on going. So we traded. I brought my pawn, started doing the pawn march here. And then trading off the pawns. So I started keep doing my pawn march. If he takes here, that's a big mistake. You know why, guys? Because look at the look where the king and bishop are originated. I could just pin him with my rook, and I would take that bishop for virtually free, you know? So, a smart, good move for him not to take. You know, I just kept advancing my pawns in a unique way. And then he got his bishop, his knight there to threaten to take my bishop. So here, like, you know, I just still running low on the clock, so I just decided just to keep on defending, you know, keep on getting a good position for my bishop, limit his counterplay as much as possible. I did the king move there. He should have traded the knight for bishop there, but he did not. Like, it's all right. So he's threatening there. So I kept moving my pawns, you know, advancing with space. So he played some defense. I have escaped my bishop into a safe square on c2. And then go a little bit further. Keep advancing the pawns. A good old exchange. Playing a little chess small ball here. Like, getting my rook in a good position. Try to double up my rooks or at least control the middle of the board. And then, bam. This was another blunder that my opponent made in the game. You know, and then I just punished him with rook to f1. Check. That removed the guard. And then that won me the game. That virtually won me the game. You know, and then he did this. And then at this point, I ran out of time trouble and I stopped writing moves. Like, but this was a great, sweet round 2, comfortable round 2 win here. I hope this video served you guys well. I'll see you guys in round 3 of the 2018 Philadelphia Open. Bye now.